welcome back to KMMA. I'm Andy O,
I'm Khalil Deal.
and we're going to be bringing you our final predictions, thoughts, and face-offs for this early morning main event for us in China. First we got Yang Zhang against well
Ozzy Diaz.
Ozzy Diaz. Who you got, real deal?
All right, man. So yeah, man, ready to kick it off here. Of course, I got to go with Ming Yang Zhang. Now, Ozzy Diaz looks taller, but he doesn't look as in good of shape as Ming Yang Zhang, man. Ming Yang Zhang is ripped. He's more muscular. He's more built, I find. He looks mean. He looks fucking tough there. Look at his face. He looks like he's fucking looking right through him, like ready to kill this guy. Ozzy Diaz looks pretty serious himself, but like I said, not as in good shape, man. I was surprised to see him look a little bit more chunkier there. I mean, I'm not saying he's in bad shape, but he's not as in good shape as Ming Yang Zhang. I like the power in the hands of Ming Yang Zhang. I think he's going to be quicker on the feet as well. Ozzy's tough though; he's going to look to damage, but I think that Ming Yang Zhang is going to avoid his punches. He's got holes in his game. Ozzy Diaz is not the best when it comes to his footwork. I think that Ming Yang Zhang is going to be moving around better around the cage. And like I said, he moves very quickly, he moves very well. And I think he's going to knock out Ozzy Diaz, man. And Ozzy's been knocked out twice. His only losses have both come by knockout. So I'm going to go with Ming Yang Zhang to get him his third knockout.
Well, Ming Yang's been knocked out 3 times and been subbed twice. I'm looking for a banger here at the beginning here. Ming Yang does not go to the second round. Well, excuse me, he does go to the second round, but he doesn't win if it goes to the second round. So what I'm expecting to see is Diaz, who also has power in his feet, is to like try to work in a takedown because we don't see guys really do that against Zhang. And let's face it, man, overall, Zhang hasn't fought the best of competition. Like, if you want to say Brenson Ribeiro was like a big accomplishment, like I'll give that to you. But looking even further than that, like he just really hasn't fought many guys, right? Some guys he even fought twice and beat him twice, I see here. Yeah, I think, look, I think fight's going to end pretty early. And if it gets extended, I think that Diaz has the slight advantage because I suspect his cardio is going to be okay. And one thing with Zhang, he gets punched too. Like he has his holes in his own game where he gets hit a lot, I find. And although his chin is very solid, like you're gonna have to do something special to knock him out, I think. But he does get hit, right? So let's just go with Diaz here as the big dog.
All Ming Yang Zhang has to do is hit him with a left hook. That's how Joe Pyfer knocked him out the last time. That's how he knocked out Ozzy Diaz with a left hook. So I think that Ming Yang Zhang just has to hit him with a left hook. Will probably knock him out as well, man. And not to mention, this guy's been Ozzy Diaz has fought a bunch of guys who are not at any kind of level in the LFA. We're talking Bevan Lewis, a 7-4 guy. Chuck Campbell, a 6-3 guy. Bruno Assis, a 12-5 guy, and a 9-5 Moses Murrieta in the lights out event, even a worse promotion. So at least
if you want to do the MMA math, we can go back starting with Tuco Tucos,
No, but I'm just saying that at least Ming Yang Zhang fought in the UFC and fought a really good opponent, man. Like Brenson Ribeiro is a good opponent, man. I don't know why you're sleeping on Brenson Ribeiro.
Yeah, he's the only good opponent he fought.
Yeah, but at least that's somebody in the UFC, whereas Ozzy Diaz fought nobody in the UFC.
He fought Joe Pyfer and didn't get into the UFC because he fought Joe Pyfer.
That was the Contender Series, right? Exactly.
And if he beat Joe Pyfer, who's pretty good, he would have gotten into the UFC. So that was a tough opposition to get in the UFC. Ming Yang Zhang beat Tuco Tucos, who was fat and overweight, to get into the UFC.
I agree, but also at least he fought a couple of people in the UFC, and also Brenson Ribeiro. Again, he's nothing to sneeze at. You saw him in the last event how good he did. So, anyways, this is where we disagree, and we're gonna have some fun watching this, and we'll see who who's right here between me and you here, Andy. So
Yeah, man.
I like Ming Yang Zhang, baby, but to get the knockout here on Aussie. All right, let's move on up to the next fight here. Volkan Ozdemir against Carlos Ulberg. Come on, Andy. Let's get on the Ulberg train
Here
here.
I'm gonna have to switch my pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Although I think there's a good chance that Ozdemir can squeak out the win here. I'm gonna have to lean with Ulberg as my official pick. Uh,
Beautiful. Love it.
Look, I know it's a step up in competition, this and that. I know you say we know he's put everybody away, and look what he did to Menefield. But man, you even got to say that the way Menefield approached that fight to lunge in at him chin first was like the wrong way to approach fighting Ulberg, right? That being said, I still think Ulberg is going to get the win. I suspect Ozdemir is going to want to slow down the fight and not lunge in face first, like like the guy I just said. I forget his name. I just said his name. Um, I suspect Ozdemir to take it more slow. Going to try and work in a takedown or two if he can, but I think Osberg is going to manage the range. And when Ozdemir gets close enough, he has that lethal hook too, that check hook that he does, right? That's knocking everyone out. And I think eventually he's going to find Ulberg with that. So you're going to find Ozdemir with that. So give me Ulberg by knockout.
Folks, this is a very rare occasion where Andy O switches his pick. I'm very, very happy to hear this, man. Andy O switching to Carlos Ulberg, man. This is big news here. And you were talking about Alonzo Menifield. You hope
Yeah, Alonzo Menefield.
Alonzo, yeah. First of all, look at this photo here, and it does a little bit of justice to Carlos Ulberg, but the guy is in phenomenal shape. Okay, Carlos Ulberg is way bigger than Ozdemir here. He's taller, he's more muscular, he's more ripped. Ozdemir does not look in great shape at all. I mean, look at that. He's got some tits there. He's not looking in good shape, a little flabby. Doesn't look like he trains. Ulberg is looking way leaner and tougher. I think he's got way more power. And let's not forget that Ozdemir, when he did win his fights, he's winning against, more recently, he's winning against guys that are not really looking good, like Johnny Walker, for example. He knocked out Johnny Walker, but Johnny Walker has been knocked out by a few people now. He beat Bogdan Guskov, which is probably, I think, the best win he had.
But who at the same
Last
time
five fights.
who at the same time was pretty green.
Yeah. Now Nikita Krylov ended up beating him up, and he looked really good against him. And he beat Paul Craig. Paul Craig again is on a downhill slope, and Magomed Ankalaev had his way with Ozdemir as well. I think Ulberg, just too much power, man. Too powerful for a guy like Ozdemir. He just has to land a few punches on Ozdemir, fend off a couple of takedowns, and he's going to get the win. I got him winning by knockout or decision. Ozdemir is pretty tough, but I think Ulberg can catch him with a nice straight punch to his chin or a hook, and I think he can put his lights out. But I'll say KO or decision. And nice to see Andy O switching up, man. Good one. All right, so we're in agreement with the first fight of the main card. Let's move on up. Sorry, the second fight of the main card.
Second, yeah.
All right, now we got. Oh yeah, this is great, man. Let's talk about this one. Whose turn is it? Mine or yours?
Yeah, I think it's yours.
All right, so let's talk about Kong Wang. I love this one, man. Kong Wang looks amazing, man. She's coming out again with the Joker face paint.
Yeah, the face paint was really well done. Like, she had that done for her. But man, in my opinion, she was overdoing it with this like fake handshaking back and forth stuff. It lasted like a real long time. Fernandez like didn't realize like what was going on.
Yeah, it was funny because
How many times are we going to do this joke? She was like after a while, you know? And I'm sorry, everybody. I realize Figueredo's there. That's not supposed to be there. Fernandez.
Oh, okay, yeah, a little mistake there. That's supposed to be Gabriela Fernandez. All right. So Kong Wang, she came out. She was pretending to toss a bullet around, in the air and then put it in a gun and then fired off a couple of shots at her like she does all the time in the
Like
face.
if she stopped right there, it would have been all right, and then shake her hand or something. But it kept going and going, kind
Hey,
of.
it's part of her routine. She did the same thing last time to her last opponent. She was talking some shit also to Gabriela Fernandez, and Gabriela Fernandez, she had that pretty much that same look that you see in this picture here. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, it was getting worse and more befuddled, like as it went on.
But she did the same thing to Victoria Leonardo in the face-offs, and I think it's her tactic to get in the head of her opponent. I think that's what she's doing. I think she's just getting in the head of her opponent. Basically, she's got confidence. Basically, telling Gabriela Fernandez, "I'm going to beat you." I really like Kong Wang in this one, man. Now, Gabriela Fernandez looks a lot bigger in size than Kong Wang, but she did lose some muscularity. She was much bigger before in the last event. Gabriela Fernandez was even more juiced up and looked more muscular and more like a man. This time, she's a little bit more less muscular than before. She's probably off the juice or something. I don't know.
I'd have to say she may be in like better overall shape, right? Like, but not as muscular, but muscle bound and biggish, as you're
Yeah, and
saying.
I think she's probably doing it so she could be a little bit quicker in the cage because that was kind of slowing her down, being so muscular. She was so slow in there. Kong Wang though looks phenomenal. She's the taller fighter. She's also pretty ripped and in good shape herself. Not that much skinnier than not that much skinnier than Gabriela Fernandez, but I think she's going to be quicker. She's going to land some quicker punches. She's going to be faster with the punches and jabs. And I think she could probably have a chance to catch Gabriela Fernandez in the later rounds when she's tired to maybe even knock her out. But I'm going to go with KO or decision here for Kong Wang. But yeah, definitely loving Kong Wang in this one.
Yeah, I like it. I like what she's doing. I think she may be the real deal. I think she's going to want to keep it on the feet with Fernandez. Even though Fernandez is a kickboxer also, I think Wang is better. Wang, who beat Valentina Shevchenko in kickboxing or had a close fight with her a long time ago, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Point is, she's been kickboxing and doing all that shit for a long time. And I think she's just on that other level. I think she's on the right trajectory. And I think as well, knockout or decision for Kong Wang here.
Nice. And yes, she actually did beat Valentina Shevchenko by
She won
unanimous
that fight.
decision in
Yeah.
that kickboxing. All right. So let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Song Kenan versus Muslim Salikov. Hit us up with your thoughts here, Andy O.
I got to go with old man winner here. I think he'll just get it done, given the fact that the song's going to give him an opportunity to fight with space, to be able to do those kicks, to fight the way he wants to fight. The song always fights the way his opponent fights, and I don't think Song's ever beat anyone good. Yeah, I have to pick Salikov here. So I even think it's possible that he knocks him out. So let's call knockout or decision. But I also feel that, man, if Song really implied the grappling game and really got in his face, he could have a way better chance of winning this fight. But I don't think he's gonna do it. So yeah, that's it. What
Well,
about?
I'll tell you, I'm in agreement with you as far as this is not a high confidence pick. I'm also going with Salikov. I'm going to say though that Song Kenan is in better shape than Salikov.
And he's old, man. The guy's so old, but
No, he's much bigger too than Salikov. You can see he's taller, he's bigger, he's more muscular, he's more ripped. I almost want to switch my pick live here on the spot, but I am going to stick with Salikov to get the win. I'll tell you one thing, check out the betting video coming up next. I definitely have Song Kenan as one of my dogs. That's for sure, because it's going to be a close fight. Like I said, I don't have Salikov with high confidence, but I think that Salikov is going to be the better striker and the better kickboxer in this one here, and have also some better judo because he does have judo.
yeah.
I think that he will fend off the takedowns from Song Kenan, and if Song Kenan cannot get him down,
I don't think there's going to even be many takedowns attempted. If anything, it's in the clinch because Kong's going to be forced to try and attempt to take down this fool.
that's it. If the fight stays on the feet, there's a good chance Salikov can knock him out. I mean, he has been knocked out by Max Griffin. He's been knocked out by Machado Gary, so I really think that Muslim Salikov can get a knockout win here. I got him winning by KO or decision, but very, very low confidence.
How also one last thing, believe it or not, Kanon has a decent amount of knockdowns. Like almost
Does.
every fight, he knocks a guy down. So if he happens to knock a old man winner down early in the fight, and for some reason the winner wins aren't blowing that right, that may rock Salikov enough not to be the same. So he has to be careful with this song at the same time. But I still think he's gonna get the win.
All right, so we're in agreement with this one here. Let's move on up to the co-main event of the evening here. Janan Yan versus Tabitha Ricci. What do you got here, Andy?
Oh, it's you, man.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's my turn. Yeah, I was thinking about this one, man. Almost thinking of switching my pick, but I'm not. I'm going to stick with Tabitha Ricci. She's the more uh, in this face-off here. You can see that she's more muscular. She's more ripped. Zhao Ninian is also in good shape, but not as muscular and not as ripped as Tabitha Ricci. She is just taller than Tabitha Ricci. I'm still going to go with Tabitha Ricci to use her grappling advantage and her wrestling to take down Zhao Ninian. She has to do it. She has to do it. She cannot afford to stay on her feet with Zhao Ninian because Zhao Ninian is very good at striking. She's a very good boxer. She's very good at punches, throwing punches with combinations. She hits hard too. And she has to do what Wiley Zhang did to her, which was take her down several times.
You see, that may be a slight problem because I agree with you. She definitely has to get her down. Like, no doubt about it. If she doesn't, she lets Yang do her thing at range, she's going to lose. What she does have in her advantage, like, she's not going to, what I'm saying, she's not going to go double leg you, right? Like, there are not many women that do that. It's all like try to grab their waist, try to do it from the clinch. So she's going to have to do it more that way. But what she does have at her advantage in her takedowns is some judo, where she's going to incorporate some trips in there. Like that's the way she's going to have to do it, you know. And this is the shorter fighter. Maybe she's going to be able to make it happen. She's been fighting taller fighters like her whole life,
Yeah.
right? So this is what I think is going to happen. I think she knows that, and with that Tabitha Ricci, I don't think she's the type that's going to totally neglect the takedowns. I think she knows what's going to get her this win. I think her coaches know, and I even think that boxing boyfriend's going to know who, if it goes to decision, she's going to get the win because of. So yeah, I'm going to go with the nice dog here and Tabitha Ricci to get it done.
Yeah, hopefully she's been sparring with the boxing boyfriend and getting her boxing game on point there.
And,
Uh,
and her striking has been improving little by little, but not anywhere near to like rely on it to beat Jen. You
yeah,
know?
because Zhang and Yan, like I said, on the feet she's very good. Don't forget she's knocked out Jessica Andrade on the feet, so she has knockout power. Don't forget she did a very good job of boxing it up with Marina Rodriguez. But you see when Carla Esparza fought her, Carla Esparza Carla Esparza was way shorter than Tabitha Ricci, probably around the same size, maybe even shorter. She was able to take down Zhang Ninian
Yeah,
in that fight.
that's why I mentioned kind of the different way Ricci has to do with because Carla Esparza in her career and especially that fight, you know, what she did was the exception to the rule, and she went for those double legs, you know, and she
Yeah,
got them on Yan.
yeah.
Ricci's not that style, but it doesn't mean she can't get her down.
Mackenzie Dern also took her down. So like I said, I think that Tabitha Ricci can get her on the ground. I think she has to do it to get the win, and I think she will do it. So I've got Tabitha Ricci winning by submission or decision. She only has one knockout in her career, so I don't think she'll knock out Zhang and Yan. But I do think she could sub her on the ground or get a decision. So I got Tabitha Ricci by sub or decision. We're again in agreement here. So this is
Nice.
looking good. I like that since you changed your pick here. We're pretty much agreeing on every single fight in the main card, are we not? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
No, we're not because you have Ozzy Diaz. But other than Ozzy Diaz, we've agreed on every single fight in the main card, other than that one. All right. So
Show's not over. You can still flip to the winning side with Diaz there.
I don't know about that, man. All right, now we're at the main event. Take it away, Andy O here.
All right, main event time. Everyone's favorite, Peter Yan against Figgy. I'm going with Figgy. I can't get over the fact that this line has actually grown a tiny bit since our last fight. I think there's an opportunity for Figgy to land some hard body shots in this fight, man. Some maybe a couple sneak in a couple uppercut body shots in there, because you know how defensive minded Yan is, especially early in the fight. He's blocking everything, especially he holds his guard very, very high, right? Figgy can sneak some hooks in there. Figgy can find those weaknesses, especially down low. Bring those hands down, because Figgy, man, what he has more than Yan, even though he's a little smaller here, but still pretty much the same size, is that Figgy has power, man. I believe he has more power than Yan. Yan's only more technical than Figgy, but Figgy is more skilled, and I think he is going to be able to take Yan down, and I think he's going to be able to find that sub at some point. So I'm very excited for this fight. I can't wait until Yan gets another loss, and give Figgy a title shot, man, after this fight if Yan's so good.
Absolutely, I agree with that, man. Like I said, I don't like Peter Yan. I think he's a cocky guy. I think I don't like his face. I think he's a cocky bastard. I don't think he's actually a good human being either. Figueiredo, man, looks great. Both of these guys are in good shape, though. Peter Yan's in good shape. He's ripped. He's muscular. Figueiredo as well. I think Figueiredo's a little bit more ripped when he was flexing at the end of this face-off there. But yeah. I still think that Figueiredo is going to get the win, man. I don't know why everybody is so high on Peter Yan. I know he's good, but I think that Figueiredo is better. And I think
The thing,
Figueiredo,
the thing that Figgy has to do here, especially in a 5 round fight, is manage his cardio, because that's always been kind of an issue for him
yeah,
here and there. The fact that now he's used to not cutting the super crazy amount of weight as he did in
yeah,
the other division, where he was actually fighting sometimes before he even rehydrated completely. You know,
yeah.
now it's a very easy job for him compared to
Yeah,
that.
I actually hope that Figueiredo looks a little bit bigger when we come on
But I
fight.
think as far as his cardio goes, like it's getting better.
Yeah,
So.
I think it is, and I think what he needs to do here is in the first round, when Peter Yan is going to be not really putting out much output. I hope Figueiredo can get those jabs in, get those leg kicks in, try to go for a liver kick when Peter Yan's using the high guard up here. If
Yeah, man.
Figueiredo can get a liver kick to the stomach, some kicks to the stomach, of course. Chop at the legs. Land some jabs. Just outpoint him in the first couple of rounds, because that's where Peter Yan is very slow starting. Because he's going to pick it up in the third round. That's where Peter Yan always does. He picks it up in the third, fourth round, and that's where I want Figueiredo to be leading already in points by that time. So hopefully Figueiredo can win a decision here, and maybe even get a finish if he gets Peter Yan to the ground and gets some ground and pound or a submission. So I like Figueiredo to win also. I got Figgy winning this one by, I think he wins by KO or submission. I don't think he's going to go to decision. I think this fight's not going to make it to the end. I think that Figgy's going to get him out of there. Like I said in the early predictions, I think Figgy gets him out of there in the second or third round, I think.
Nice. So we're in agreement again. And
All right.
everyone, if you agree that Figgy's gonna put Yan away, shoot us a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment. Let us know who you got in this one, Peter Yan or Figueiredo. Like and subscribe, folks. Let's get to 50 subs. Like I said, we're at 43. We're at 44 actually. Somebody listen and actually subscribe. So we're at 44. We're missing 6 more subs to get the 50 mark. Let's go, guys. Let's get it. Stay tuned for our official bets video coming up next.